Hey, that's right. It's another episode of No Cover TV's podcast. We got a great show for you, ladies and gentlemen. I hope you're liking the episodes we're putting out. We're putting out all the different genres, and No Cover TV is about the original music. And whether you're local in your hometown or you're a national act traveling around America or even Europe, get a hold of me. Let's get your music out there. It's about promoting the original music. Great show for you today. I'm going to introduce the gentleman and the band in a second. I'm kind of out of breath, guys. Kind of ran out of breath. Jeez, I think it might be the dog, too, because she kicked my butt. If you do hear Zoe in the background, she's just chomping on one of the guys. We do feed the dog some of the bands when they come in. So anyways, I want to thank my sponsor. Sponsor is Fat Boys Restaurant in Grand Rapids, Michigan. They're on Plainfield Avenue, so check them out. And guys, I don't know if you checked them out, but if you haven't checked them out and get a double hamburger or something, tell them I mentioned sent you or whatever. Big Al sent you. If you want to get a hold of me, bands, musicians, artists, get a hold of me at nocovertv@yahoo.com. That's nocovertv@yahoo.com. And also, if you want to be a sponsor of the show, go ahead and drop me a note and we can talk business. And even if you're an artist who want to talk some business, just drop me a line. Let's shoot the shit. I don't get much sleep, so I got time on my hand tonight. So, yeah, get a little older, you'll lose that sleep. So, but let's not BS anymore. The band today, tonight, wherever you are listening to the podcast, Run Silent is in the house, actually at the table at my house. Yeah, how you doing, guys? Yeah, they're at the table. Man, I would say you're back at the table. Round two, we'll say. Yes, the gentleman I want to thank him for coming back to the table. We had a little, what was a technical difficulty, we'll call it, the last time you were here, and we unfortunately couldn't upload the podcast that we did. And so we're going to redo
It was
that.
awesome. It was an awesome podcast.
We were going at it. Somehow the podcast said, screw you, you're over. So tonight we're going to turn the tables around on the podcast a little bit here. So what we want to do first, Run Silent, Michigan band, out there playing and stuff. Let's first go around the table. I know a couple of guys aren't here. We're doing this at 7 o'clock at night. You guys are working hard and stuff. Let's introduce ourselves and what we play. Go ahead. Let's go around the table. Aaron, you first.
Oh, I'm not going to start with Charlie this time?
No! Learn my lesson, guy.
Switch it up. I wasn't ready for this.
The pressure's on.
I'm Aaron, bass player, or as Fox 17 said, I'm the bass player. Also do some backing vocals. I'm the good-looking one.
You're the good-looking one?
Oh, yeah.
Someone's got me.
Yeah. My milkshake brings the boys to the party.
Woo!
He's also the comedian, if you didn't tell.
I got to raise my feet up, don't I? Oh, so next.
Okay, Tim Holtz, guitars 1 and 2 for Run Silent, and I am the old guy in the band.
Handsome, old. Okay, I want to know what's next.
How about easy?
Hey, what am I taking? No. Anyways, all right, who we got next?
All right. Charles Schneider, drums for Run Silent, backing vocals. I guess you could categorize me as like the young buck amongst the older stallions.
The young buck of the older stallions. Stallions, I like that. Stallions.
Just hot to stuff.
Yeah. You take that as a compliment, guys. That's beautiful. Well, thank you for coming on the show. Thank you for the second time.
Absolutely. Thank you for having us.
We're going to chat about it.
Just real quick, I want to mention, unfortunately, Chris was unable to join tonight. His work schedule is pretty hectic, kind of like mine. So wish he could be here, but
I do too.
Life comes first sometimes.
Oh, priorities. Right. Definitely. We definitely know what that life is about and throws at us. Mm-hmm. And we'll touch base on Chris and the things he's done and how he's been in the band and stuff like that. But let's talk about how long Run Silent's been around. How long you guys been kicking this?
5 years now?
2018 when
so
we
5
started.
years. This summer will be 5 years.
Yeah, and then Charlie,
I've been apart for 3 years now?
Yeah.
3-4 years?
3 years.
I think so, yeah.
3, all right.
Yeah.
And our singer.
And Chris has been with us for about a month.
So about 30 days we've been
Yeah,
on.
and he's done an incredible job learning the catalog.
That's awesome. Great. So he walked in and the song's already pre-wrote, and
Everything's already pre-recorded, all ready to go.
Ready to go. So he just stepped in and pulled.
So yeah, he becomes a cover singer.
Crap, or a cover band.
Well, you all are pretty seasoned players. You've been playing for a while, and not just with Run Silent. This isn't your first gig, I'm sure. So, let's touch base. We've talked a little bit on some of the stuff you've done too.
So I was actually, my first band that I went out live with was a band called Iron Pig, which a lot of people in Grand Rapids will remember after all these years. Even.
Another Michigan band, yes.
Yes, and we played for a couple of years. I took some time off and went to be a solo artist for a while, worked with some people out of Lansing and old band manager on bass, and then joined up with the guys from Unknown Legend after they basically separated and came back together. And we did that for about a year. Did a total of like 4 shows. And then that band broke up. And then and it wasn't too long after that I injured my neck. And so my arm has been numb for like 7 years now. And then I jumped in on this after about 3 years off that I wasn't playing at all. And so I now play by muscle memory.
All right. Now, let's go to the Young Bucks.
Yeah.
How many bands or things have you been doing before Silence? Always.
Funny enough, this is actually my first band that I've ever been,
This is your first band? All right,
yeah,
cool. That's real cool.
I think, like I mentioned earlier,
Mhm.
me and my buddy have been playing the drums, together for,
Right.
on and off now, probably about,
Stop eating everybody.
5 or 7 years or something like that. Honestly, it all flies by. But
Right. So what's it like playing with these guys?
it's interesting because, they have, I don't want to say like a certain point of view, but it's a different perspective than like, mine per se. Influence wise and just I don't know, I think it's definitely like a generational thing, but not necessarily a bad thing. I look at it as like they kind of know, like they have the history, they lived through the 80s, so like they know kind of about what the music sounded like, whereas I'm kind of coming into it like I've heard stuff and I'm like all right, I'm kind of getting the idea, and then they'll like start just going off listening to all these different bands. I'm like, I might have heard like a song, maybe. I can't follow you there. So, my influences are, a lot more new school, new metal, so I feel like that's kind of what I bring to the table.
You bring the new stuff. You guys are the old guys. You're the old bucks.
Now, like I said, not that that's bad. It's just
they better not. I'm one of them.
It definitely makes it interesting from a writing standpoint because Charlie's perceptions of things mimics somebody who's been doing this for a long time.
Okay, nice.
It's a natural ability. You can't
Right,
learn it.
yeah.
You have it.
You have it in you. All right.
Well, I think that's what's probably helping make us successful is that we're able to infuse, new and old elements. At the end of the day, it's all rock and roll.
Right.
But I mean, there is a slight sound difference. Whether it's a tuning or it's it works.
There you go. It's your sound.
Yeah.
You guys, put it together. You made it's work. And let's touch on you. What were you doing before Run Silent came together?
Initially, I kind of started out doing photography and management. I'd worked with bands. First band I'd worked with, I believe, was Angry Diesel. And then moved on to Heresy, where I ended up meeting, actually it would have been Heresy, then Angry Diesel. I met Rob Costley through Heresy. He's been in 10 Second March, Necrophilicons, two of the bands that he's been in. And through this process, for some reason, I don't know why, I bought a bass. I don't know. I really don't know what I was thinking.
The 2 strings and a guitar.
You thought it was a guitar.
It's just like, all right.
I'm like, I can play the kazoo. I can play this. I was wrong.
Like a whistle.
Um,
A whistle.
but it was funny because the conversation more or less went with Rob, and I give Rob all the credit in the world for giving me a taste of this. Was essentially, look, we need a bass player. You have a bass. I'm like, I don't know how to play. He's like, it's okay, it's punk. I'm like, oh, okay.
We can figure that out.
So Rob was very, very influential in getting me up on a stage.
Awesome.
So I want to give him all the credit in the world. And
That's great that somebody gave you that push to get up there, get that bass, and
well, I don't
make
know.
some noise.
I don't even know if I had a choice in the matter at that point. Rob's a very convincing person.
You will. Now, our singer's in here. Let's talk a little bit about him. Now, we say
Now, nothing bad, though.
Start watching.
Well, he's not here. He can't hurt us.
Here's here. No, but he's new guy.
Yeah.
He hasn't been with you very long, and he seems to be doing a pretty damn good job.
Yeah, I mean, I would say trial by fire, really. I mean, not that he's experienced in as a front man. And I know he can play just, a little bit of everything. But coming into a situation where it's like, crap, you've got 3 weeks to learn at least a 30-minute set, and I'd say more or less nailed it.
Okay. Wow.
And it's like, and then the trial by fire part, it's like, it's not like we're playing a little bar. We're playing the Music Factory down in
It's
Battle
not a
Creek.
little place, yeah.
So there's a lot of riding on that. And, that show's already garnered us a couple more gigs. I think we just added a show at the Diesel in Detroit.
Yeah.
So that show has paid off dividends. And I think a lot of that is, there's a lot of credit due to what Chris was able to bring to the table.
Okay, great.
Not this table because he's not here tonight.
No, he's not. And he was in a past band, Bendakwood.
Correct.
Yeah.
And he wasn't on the show. Bendakwood was on No Cover TV back in the early days and stuff. And that's a great metal band out of the Michigan too, West Michigan area too. And the guys definitely blew me away, definitely. And then we partied down. So it was a great time in there. But awesome. I have a CD in front of me. I have a little brochure here of what's coming up. Let's talk about dates coming up. One's coming up tomorrow. The 24th, the Turnstiles in Grand Rapids, Michigan.
I think this might be our first headlining show, too.
You are headlining,
CD release party.
CD release party, yes, we did.
Okay, let's see what we got here.
But this is the first one that was basically planned as a headline.
Yes.
Okay, plan this one. Okay.
Yeah, we planned it. Most of everything else is just a crapshoot.
Roll the dice. So you're playing with Danger Code, Creighton Family, which has been on the show already with Johnny, and you guys. So you're going on 11 p.m. Give or take a few minutes.
Depends on how the rest of the night goes.
Right.
How long it takes me to set up.
Sound check. Come on, guys, get up there. Yeah, so good deal. This should be a real good show because, I'll give Turnstiles a prop on the show, decent place.
Oh, yeah. We love going there.
They got their food's pretty good. I'm telling you, the Mayhem mac and cheese. It'll change your life. It's a religious experience.
Oh, there we go. Get down with that. Now let's talk about any upcoming dates that the people out there can check you out. What's coming up? Anything going on?
So March 11th.
We're in March.
The next ones around.
That's a busy day.
And that becomes very busy. Big Cheese is an old friend of mine, which I worked with in Iron Lotus. People know him around town. He's been bass playing forever in Grand Rapids.
All right.
And he's fallen some hard times, so they're going to do a benefit show for him at Eastern Hall on March 11th.
March 11th.
Trying to raise some money for our buddy. And then the same day, we go up to Mount Pleasant to play Rebels that night. So it's going to be a
show us back to back.
Yeah, it's going to be a very busy day. We have to leave there at like 6:30 and get up to Rebels at like 8 o'clock. So we're shooting north fast.
Real fast.
Yeah. And then on March 18th, we are going to do our first show in
Saginaw.
That's another Michigan-made show, just like the Music Factory one.
Yep.
Yes.
Yep.
And so we've got that one in Saginaw, and then we come back to Grand Rapids, play Skeletones on
The
March
24th.
24th.
Kettle
Our
Skeletons.
first time there. All ages show, no alcohol, which is kind of a cool place to,
Oh,
bring some
yeah.
younger
Yeah.
people
Been around a long
into
time.
that, too. And then April becomes extremely busy. Also, we have an interview with Ghost Media Entertainment out of Columbia, Missouri,
I believe
on
so.
April 24th. And 4 days later, we're going to Detroit to the Diesel. And so we're starting to branch out in the state now. A
Yeah.
little bit farther, starting to look at northern Indiana, northern Ohio.
I was just going to mention that. Yeah.
Talk
Well,
about going down there and playing a little bit too. Let's see if we get into the Cleveland market after a while.
I'll tell you what, I would love to go play Pierre's
yeah.
down in Fort Wayne.
Oh,
I've
there
been
you
down
go.
there for shows before.
Mm.
That's a nice place.
Okay. Yeah, I was going to ask you you are branching out throughout the state as they're, looking at going out and doing a little mini tour to the other, tri-state
We've
area.
been looking at it.
So
yes.
it looks like you are looking at
more
that.
and more.
So,
With being invited to do more shows, and that obviously we're starting to see the popularity take off a little bit more, and it took that element to do it.
yeah.
We had to put something down to record it and get it out there to promote the band.
And we've had some really good support along the way. I mean, going back to Turnstiles, Rob and Mike out there have been just absolutely 100% supportive. If you're a local band and you got a CD and you go play Turnstiles, give them a copy of the CD. They will put it in the jukebox.
Yeah, that's great.
Awesome. They've been so super supportive. I mean, staff at Mulligan's has been. I think I walked in there today and somebody was wearing one of the hoodies. Yeah, so I mean, and they're really cool. Our I don't know if we want to call them a management team, but with Regina and Aaron,
well, actually, they're a management team. They help us out with a lot.
yeah,
of stuff.
they've been invaluable, and even through hard times, all these people have really been there to,
That's good. I've noticed.
basically force us to keep doing this.
You're not giving up. You're going to do this. And I was just to say, I've noticed, being a musician in this town over the years and doing a TV show and stuff like that, that us musicians and entertainers in this town, we got each other's backs. I mean, we not get along, all of us and stuff, but we're there for each other. I mean, there's a few out there that, I have no use for, but if you need me, I'm there for you.
Exactly.
So it's like it's cool in West Michigan that it's been been carrying on like this.
Yeah, we've had some really cool shows where even some people that we've never worked with that have come for the first time have given great comments on the band.
Cool.
Which and I do know some of the people because I've been doing this for a long time by name, but never met them in person. And so that's the best thing about it. It's like you don't have to like everybody, but you have to be able to share a stage with them.
Right.
And you have to respect them just as much as they respect you.
Exactly.
So-
Exactly. It's like every genre of music, that may come on the show, I might not partake or like it
Sure,
all,
yeah.
but I got to support it because you're doing the right thing. It's music, man.
Yeah,
I'll support it.
And there are definitely some really, really great bands in this market. I mean, and we've had the privilege of working True Burn, Inaudible Darling, Inner Itch, One Divided. I mean, there's some really,
One Divided was
really
on the
good
show,
bands
yeah.
out there, and they're always fun to go and watch. I think the last one I think we went to was down Turnstiles, Skin Jacket.
Yes.
Skin Jacket.
Joe's band, yes. Yeah.
Very supportive of the old guitar player from Run Silent.
Yeah, Jason plays for Skin Jacket. He and I actually started. It was called Dementia on Trial at the time, but he and I started that band way back.
Oh, there you go.
Actually, one of the songs the music that we wrote for like one of the very first songs we did for the band is on here. You. It was something different, and once people actually could understand the lyrics, we were advised to maybe change lyrics.
Been down that road.
Like,
what was that?
are they really saying that? Yeah.
And all of a sudden the sound was down.
Like,
Mike.
okay.
He dropped the bomb.
I mean, that would have been the perfect way to get church groups to come protest us.
There you go.
Hell, I'd join them.
You joined him. That's awesome. So yeah, so we're looking at possibly going out and jumping around a little bit. Now, how many different platforms is your music on? I know you got me a physical copy, but let's talk about digital copies.
We are on all of the major streaming sites: Apple, Spotify, YouTube Music,
Okay.
Pandora, all the main ones.
So they don't have to just tune in here to listen to it.
that's
They
right. I
can
mean,
just
it's-
head out of this and shut me down.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
Check it out.
Oh, they wouldn't do that to you.
No, I never turn the channel. Damn you people.
So, yeah, so the album is available to stream anywhere. Like I said, basically,
That's great.
That like I said, all the big ones. We made sure that we wanted to not only have the physical copies, but also be able to stream the CD, just because of how popular streaming is.
Yeah.
You know,
take advantage
nowadays-
of it.
Exactly, and nowadays, a lot of the cars aren't coming with CD players, which I actually came across
Bluetooth or
a couple
whatever,
times.
yeah.
Yeah, it's like I try to give people a CD, and they're like, "Oh, thanks,"
What
but
is that?
yeah, my car doesn't have that. Like, oh well,
Yeah, I
look us up on Apple, look us up on Spotify. Like,
I was very disappointed when I bought my 2013. There's no CD player. I'm like, what the hell is this?
Times are changed quickly. So great. They can get you on the platforms. I haven't looked. Have you done anything video wise? Put anything on YouTube?
No, not yet.
You doing anything with your phones?
Just for fans. That's
Goes on, goes
Tim-
off.
Tim actually has one of the highest viewed.
Is this a good thing?
Well, Tommy Lee can show his.
geez, all right.
Okay, guys.
Yeah, typically there's the line, and I'm usually like a mile beyond it. So
So yeah.
I will never hold political office.
I think we're the first one we're talking about now doing a video for will be Ghost of Keith.
Yeah.
That's something that will probably happen this year.
Okay. Nice.
Just trying to figure out some timelines on a possible surgery for myself, and then we'll move on from there. So
Okay. Now, Coast of Kiev is the title. Well, no, this isn't title track. It's Run Silent, Run Deep, which is number 10 on here, which I took a listen to. And a bunch of other ones on here, which I guess we should play something for the people out there.
Give them a little taste.
Yeah, I'll see. We just fired up here. What we got on is actually Ghost of Kiev, which I think is we're just kind of starting a couple seconds in. So why don't we turn this on and play a little bit of it? We'll get back and we'll chat a little bit about it, and then we'll figure out how to get the damn thing to number 10. So let's go ahead. So I'm gonna have to turn the volume up on this. So bear with me, people out there in podcast world. This is real. I mean, talking real here.
So you think you're the one, the only
This is the right one? All right, what's what we're on, guys?
you're on. That was you.
Well, we're getting to the right one, guys. I'm pushing the buttons, man. I'm pushing buttons.
See, we don't trust technology.
Oh, hell no. I'm just here to get started. Oh, I'm on the right one now.
There it is.
There it is. This is the Ghost of Keith.
Flying high in the sky, protector of the people set to die. He's amped up on adrenaline high. Kiss the sun and say goodbye. AC, the weapons brought to bear. How will you bear? Better keep the cheer. Ace in the sky, now's your chance to die. Silence on the ghost of
All right, let's pause that. All right,
I
guys.
just wanted to be known. I actually used 2 strings on that song.
2 strings on that, so we'll give it away, man. All right.
That's okay.
Don't tell the truth.
That's okay.
All right.
It's okay because before we start playing it, ask the crowd for help because by that point I can't feel anything. So-
Well, you know, it's a cool song because I see different influences. I love the instrumental beginning. You know, and it's, you know, and that comes back to influences. I want to say a lot is you on that song. Definitely the drive, like I said, I think mentioned last time. I'm hearing Priest in some of that.
Yeah, Priest, Iron Maidenish. That's what the goal was on this particular one, to run it fast.
Yeah.
Make it like a fighter pilot type of deal, like Aces High.
Oh,
Iron
man.
Maiden. And so that's where the idea came from for the riffs that go into it. The challenge becomes one guitar player band. I mean, this has to be overdubbed in the studio to do guitar too.
You got to cover a lot of
and that's
bases.
what I had to do. So, you know, in order to do that, it was an hour and a half's worth of playing guitar too and nailing each one of them the first
Nice.
time through. Not just, we had plenty of studio time to do it, but it was just like to get it done and right and play it off the cuff idea. It wasn't we didn't want this to be over manufactured idea.
There you go. Yeah, some of them that does get.
So the conversation with Josh Kaufman, local legend, before the band ever showed up, I was there early every day to talk to him, was to make this a little rough.
Okay.
Polish it a little bit
There you
and make
go.
it rough. Make it like early AC/DC.
A little analog to it. You
a
know,
little bit of analog feel to it. So we have some place to start from and goal to go after.
there you
To
go.
move forward. If we don't have some place that we're going to start, and I thought this would be the best way to do it, although I got a lot of pushback from the former singer, but it worked out.
Yeah.
It gave us a foothold that nobody wanted to go after. If you start hearing about tone of guitar, it's versus making people's ear bleed.
Yeah.
I've never been a guitar player that wants to make people's ears hurt.
There's
I
no reason
generally go
for it.
better tone. So then that harkens back to the 80s.
Yeah.
It definitely does.
Right.
No, I
right.
mean, it's interesting because one day we get a message from this guy KSOI out in Iowa. He wants us,
Jeff Wells.
Yeah, he wants us to send, whatever we got, and he wants to play on the air.
Oh, nice.
First song he plays, he's opening the show, and he opens with Judas Priest, and then in the same breath he introduces Iron Maiden, Aces High, and Run Silent, Ghost of Kiev,
Oh, no.
and it's like, okay, I'm good now.
Very good company. We just headlined for Judas Priest.
Yeah, right. That was a nice lineup of a
It
radio
was-
play there. Wow.
That was kind of cool.
Well, you never know who's going to hear you or reach out to you and say, hey, I'm going to grab a hold of your music here.
Yeah,
Take a listen to it.
Super Bowl Sunday, Z93 played Ghost of Kiev as well up there in
Saginaw, yes.
Saginaw area.
That's great.
Mhm.
Oh, that's awesome. Now, the great song here is radio play you're talking about. Is there any more going on? Or are you talking to any more stations about pushing this Ghost of Kiev or any of the songs out there off this CD?
I think we were going to make it by. Also was another one we were talking about pushing a little bit more.
Yeah, because Super Cool Radio played Make It By.
Super Cool player. They played Make It By.
Okay.
Most people have been focused on Ghost of Kiev, probably because of the content of the song, the content of the lyrics, the story behind it. It is poignant for what's going on in Ukraine right now. And so, it worked out that way. But I think there's other songs on here we're going to start to push now that we're moving ahead.
Okay.
Before we ever release the second album. And then hopefully we'll have that done in July.
I was going to ask you, when's that coming? July, you think?
Yeah, we're shooting for July, but it usually takes us about a month or so afterwards to really get everything else together, like the cover and everything else.
Well, yeah, your artwork.
Yeah, our artist is down in Nashville, Tennessee.
Yeah.
Nashville.
Originally from Grand Rapids, though.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
And so
Hometown
he
boy.
does all our art for us. So we'll have another design of an album. We'll come up with some kind of theme for it.
Okay, great.
But the second album will be as a step forward for Run Silent. It's going to get a lot more technical, The sound will clean up. It won't be as rough sounding.
There you go.
It'll be more of a produced album, studio produced.
And we're thinking of adding a disco song.
Why
I want
not?
to redo a Bee Gees song. all
Oh,
right?
Bee Gees,
Come on.
there you go.
Hey,
So
I'm
the three-part
still a
harmony
fan.
going.
I'm staying
still a
alive.
fan. I'm still a fan. Come on.
Still got your bell bottoms.
Yeah, I probably do
Right.
around the house, but I wouldn't be able to wear them. They'd be too small.
The
Joys my hour.
the joys of
I
getting
know
old.
we are. Oh, shit. I remember the days. Oh, my God. But, and you came in and you said, open up the CD cover. And I'm thinking, most bands don't do that anymore.
Yeah.
And we opened it up. We got surprises. We got a couple of shots of you guys here. It looks like we got some people to thank out there that have been supportive of you guys and helping you out a little bit here. We got, well, why don't you mention some names? This is your show.
First and foremost, up front for us was with working with Josh Kaufman. Josh Kaufman's worked with a lot of very famous people, and I thought I was very interesting. The one when he came in here and he says, "Hey, do you like Brian Setzer?" And I'm going, "Yeah, sure." He goes, "Here, there's an autographed pick that I
Wow.
got from Brian because he'd worked with Brian and he'd worked with Eric Clapton.
Oh, nice.
He's lived all over the country, worked with a lot of big names along the way. And when I came up with the idea of I wanted this to sound raw, I wanted this for someplace to start from it, and he understood what I was talking about right away. So, great kudos to him. Great kudos to Aaron Kroll and Regina for all their help.
Yeah,
They've been instrumental in this. In fact, Aaron Kroll was my band manager when I was with Iron Pig.
Okay.
So I've known him for years, and they've given us the right directions to go in because they've learned the right directions to go in.
Yeah, that's nice to have somebody help you, give you
I mean, yeah, obviously we got Mulligans and we have Turnstiles and everybody there. Those two venues have been more than supportive over time. The last 5 years, it's
decent.
really impressed. I'm really impressed with how much they've supported us along the way.
Good.
You know?
And I like how, like I was mentioned earlier, that, the other acts out there are supportive of you too, and as you are supportive of them too. And it's like you're just wearing one of my favorite shirts too. Hillbilly Nightmare, Clark
Yeah,
Clark.
I've known Clark for a little while now.
Crazy Huckerini. You heard me, Clark. Clark will be on the show. Yeah, definitely get those guys down
Yeah,
here.
there's a lot of people to thank. It's like what we did was we went through kind of a list, and when I laid up the interior of the layup, we made sure to capture the ones that have been helping so much. And there's tons of bands out there we would love to thank. But the list is so long, and then
it's
if we
big.
miss one, somebody's mad.
You forgot
So,
about
actually,
Hey!
Actually, I did get a little pushback when we would listen to some of the staff at Mulligan. Danny won. Hey, Danny, this is for you. So Queen Danny,
Queen Danny.
that's how she wants to be known.
All right.
Was very upset because I did not put Queen Danny in there. So there you go. There you go on the air, Queen Danny.
Shout out right there.
Well, I kind of had some rules going into this too, with the fact that I didn't want to overly promote a place. It's even Erin's tattoo artist. We allowed us to use her studio for the photo shoot, which I thought was awesome. But did we want to put her name on there too? And I'm going, this would look out of line because then my tattoo artist would be upset.
Yeah.
So we can't really go there. So if it was something that we all used, then it was okay.
Right, like,
Idea. So, but if it wasn't something that the whole band used,
well, I hope it's sometime you get, some endorsements from, whether it be drum head cymbals or picks or strings or anything like that. That'd be great to endorse.
yeah, sponsorships are. I was on my way with Iron Pig to get one from Jackson and Marshall.
Oh, nice. That'd be nice.
And it just that band ended too quick. So, before I could get to it.
Yeah. Well, look at what we got now. We're on silent, man. You guys are taking right off, doing some great stuff, and it looks like you're on to your second CD album, of course, and you've been together. Well, you say 5 years ago, and I'm sure you have a lot more songs under your belt than just 2 albums.
I've got so many riffs in my head.
What are you doing there?
I know the first year I went on a writing spree, and I wrote enough that most of them. There's a small bunch of them that suck. But I ended up just writing whatever came into my head. And so I think I wrote 30-some sets of lyrics.
It was about 30 sets of lyrics.
Wow.
I could go look in my special folder in my email.
I have a special folder.
I have a special folder just for Aaron.
I'm not talking about my special folder.
What kind of special folder are we talking about?
Hey.
When you look at
We weren't supposed to talk about that special folder.
No.
you look at the lyrics he sends through sometimes, and I don't know what I'm going to do with this. I don't have a riff in my head for this. Let's push that one aside. Let's just use something I might have a riff for right now. But we do come back and revisit lyrics.
Okay.
We definitely do.
All right. Cool.
So,
Well, so you're doing all that now. Is there a main writer in the band, or you guys just somebody throws it up and we throw it to the guys? What's going on?
Well, I mean, I guess as far as lyrical content goes, Aaron would come up with kind of an idea of a song, shall we say, and then our former singer would go through and kind of rework it, change the lyrical structure, rhyming. As far as music wise, I would say that like Tim was mentioning, he'll have a riff and then he'll play it, and then I'll jump in and I'll play something, and then it's well, all right, let's stop for a second, play that again. I'm gonna change something up. We're gonna try to attack this at a different angle. And Aaron's most of the time okay, I gotta try to find a song that'll go with this, and rather than trying to match the lyrics and then try to come up with something for the lyrics. We just kind of come up with the music and then kind of just say all right, well,
Okay.
Yeah, Ghost of Keep was the one that I received the lyrics first and wrote the riffs afterwards
Mhm.
to fit
Yeah.
what the lyrics, the meaning behind it. Not necessarily how they would fall in line with the riff, which they happen to fall in line with the riff very well, but just to take in just the idea behind it.
All right. Beautiful.
Yeah,
song.
that song was just it was probably the purest form of writing. I was at work and I started seeing these. They were actually on CNN and Fox and about this Ukrainian fighter pilot becomes an ace,
Mhm.
and I was like, these are kind of cool stories. Now it was debunked as pretty much Ukrainian propaganda, but it was meant to bolster morale.
Mhm.
Regardless if it was real or not, it still was a pretty cool story.
Yeah, it was.
And I think it took me 10 minutes to write down a skeleton of lyrics, and I sent them. Then, it was.
That's,
I'm not gonna lie. The very first time I read them, same thing with what Tim was saying. Oh, what are we gonna do for this? I kind of was just all right, Aaron's back to his old habits, writing about military stuff, writing about the war, and I'm all right, that's cool, So I read them and I was all right, it's a very cool idea, but I don't see us doing anything with this right away. And
Then
then
a couple months later, I'm on Fox 17 promoting a
Yeah.
talking about this song we're going to play.
well, it was actually that very next weekend that I come in and you guys are kind of got your heads together and what's going on here? And oh yeah, we wrote a new song. Wait, what? They're yeah, we're going to use the set of lyrics that Aaron came up with, and we're going to make a song about what's happening over in Ukraine. I'm
there you
all
go.
right. I'm
Surprise!
yeah, I'm all right, that's cool. And then so Tim and Aaron start going. I'm man, what am I going to do for this? I'm we got to do something that's just fast and just in your face and just keeps it going. Tim was saying, the whole idea is it's like a fighter pilot, so he's diving, he's soaring through the air. So like I said, solo wise, we wanted to give it that feel that you're in an airplane soaring, you're about to take a dive, or
Or you're in a dogfight.
exactly all of a sudden there's somebody
Yeah, we
else
look
on
at
your
it.
tail that you gotta shake off.
Sweet. Nice. I like that.
Yeah.
How about we tap into one other song and talk about it? And, while I'm doing this, why doesn't somebody tell everybody out there in podcast land how they can get a hold of you? If they want to check you out, I don't know if you got your more CDs available for them.
I mean, yeah, we are on Facebook and Instagram. I guess those would be the two best ways to get a hold of us. Either through Facebook Messenger, email. I know your email is on the Facebook page. I'm connected to the Instagram page, so
Okay.
basically any messages that go through there pop up instantly. Also email as well.
So get a hold of the guys and check them out. If they're out about the town or the state, I would say, and you will keep them posted, I'm sure.
Oh, yeah.
Out there. And check the podcast out. Again, check out No Cover TV. We're on Spotify. We're on all the platforms here. We're on the Anchor platform, Amazon, iHeartRadio, etc., etc. There's a lot of them out there. So just type in No Cover TV. Check out the shows. We're going to go ahead and check out another song here, and this one is the title track, I think, of the CD, isn't it? It's Run Silent, Run Deep. Okay, I've got to pop through a bunch of songs to get to it. Looks like we one. Is it? I think.
Yep, that's it.
Is that it?
Yep.
Underway, our weapons are stored. We're heading out to sea and we're looking to score. Our periscope, horizon in sight. Shadow in the blue and we're ready to fight. Feel the cold chill running down your spine. Not a second later, cause we're always on time. But 2-1 was ready to fire. Torpedo on the way, perfect desire. Run! Run silent! Run deep! Silent retreat! Run! Run silent! Run deep! Silent retreat! 1-2-2, target and reach. Another cold kick, another release. Destruction on the water, precision strike. Ships sink down, as hundreds die! Run! Run silent! Run deep! Silent retreat! Run! Run silent! Run deep! Silent retreat! We tread deep! Dark will abyss!
All right, guys. Oh my! I like that. I'm like, I did too. Yeah,
Tasty, right?
Yeah. I like that a lot. Now, why are we pushing that one a little bit, huh?
Because I think the song's lame.
Isn't
Isn't that terrible? The guy that writes the riffs goes, "This is kind of lame."
Well,
It's just my personality trait that I always second guess myself. Is it good enough? Is it? And then somebody comes back, "I love this song," and I'm going, "Oh, okay," but I still think it's lame. And I've never really been a true dedicated lead guitarist either. I'm more of a rhythm guitar boy.
No.
So in order to do this particular one in the studio, and most of them need to lead.
You're two
guitar
partner
parts.
there, yeah.
So to do guitar one, all I did is switch guitars. But for me to figure out, it's like I want to do it fast, but I don't. I want to do it slow, but I don't want to do it too slow. It's like,
You're thinking too much on that one.
I just think too much on them sometimes, and usually if we just let them fly, we're better off.
Right.
It's like, okay, we're taking no prisoners tonight.
Exactly. Well, I like that song. I like, Ghost of Kiev. I listened to all of them. They all really kicked ass. And but I grabbed that one for our second to list. I wish we could play them all. That gives these people out here, get off your ass, stirring up the music.
Go check it out, damn it.
Kick back.
Go buy the album. It finances the next album.
That's right. You're taking my questions away. Unbelievable. My job's going.
I have a serious sex addiction and I need some money.
Well, that's what I want to talk about. Not that. Maybe I should have reworded that. Oh, that's another show. We'll get back with you on that sex addiction. Okay.
Where's Dr. Ruth when you need her?
No, I think. I don't know if you want to take her advice. But what I wanted to say, right. No. Support your music scene, not the sex addiction. Well, if you want to support that, this is the man to talk to right here at the table. I'll get you his information after the show. So, anyways, no, get out, check the guys out. get their CD, get their swag, whether they got shirts, whatever they've got, coffee mugs, I don't care. Just get it and support the music. Because like the guys say, it costs money to do this. I mean, and not just do it for the love of the music, but to go out and do this and perform for you people, it costs them money to do this, and they'd be very happy if you'd support them. And
Absolutely.
and their journey. These guys are definitely stepping up here. They want to get out of the state. We want to get their music heard more out there, not just in West Michigan and Michigan here. There's a lot of great music out there. You guys are one of them, and it's time to push it. That's why I got back on the air. It's time to get the music back out there.
Yeah,
the original music scene, man, definitely. And I thank God now, I stopped back in 2013. There wasn't a lot of platforms for anybody except for MySpace. And now there's all these platforms for you guys to take advantage of. Take advantage of it while it's free, man. Download, and keep it there, man. And I can't wait. Aaron, let me know when you come up with a video. Can't wait to see this. This should be off the hook. You guys, unbelievable. This guy here. So that would be good. And the second CD, I want to hear that. Yeah. And you're saying possibly in July here, 2023.
Yeah, we're talking possibly going in the studio again about the same time in July. It really depends right now on what I find out from my neurosurgeon at the end of March. As a timeline on possible surgery.
Okay.
So, but the writing part of it, we've actually started back into that. And at the rate we wrote songs before, we should have 10 songs before July.
Nice, guys. Nice. Well, I want to thank everybody. We're going to probably wrap this up, guys. We're almost 47 minutes in. We don't want this thing to crash and burn again. So, everybody on podcast land, thank you for stopping by the No Cover TV podcast. Check Run Silent out there. Listen to this whole podcast, but definitely go to the platforms and listen to the music after you listen to No Cover TV's podcast. Then after you're done listening to them, get back and listen to some more of my shows. All right, because we got a lot of great artists and stuff. I got to, pumping myself a little bit here. Go to my sponsors, Chow Down, that's Fat Boys Restaurant in Grand Rapids, Michigan. Again, we're out of Michigan here in the United States. And we got some European bands coming on, one out of France and one out of England and stuff like that. So, yeah, we're going to touch base. We've been hitting the nationals and stuff. So, yeah, it's all about you guys, man. And if I can get you all intertwined with each other and, let's just get that music intertwined with each other. You're just grinning like a motherfucker over there. What the hell? I got a dog right here, man. I'll stick around you. So
I can wait till I get home.
Okay. Oh. Anyways, I was going to say, on that note, this is your show. I always want the artist to end the show with what you have to say to this is your audience. Now, what do you got? How do you want to wrap the show up? What do you got to say to the folks out there?
Man,
come on out, come check us out.
It's a good time. It's old school fun.
Old school fun. I like that. Old school fun. Yeah. And that's the way to approach it. Old school fun. And don't be afraid to approach the guys and stuff. Not that scary, They don't scare you that bad, all right? And like I said, buy their swag and stuff like that. And check them out on the radio even. Yes, definitely. And they're going to keep you posted. So go to the show tomorrow night at Turnstiles. That's on the west side of Grand Rapids. Okay? Go over there. 3 great bands. Again, let me get the gas on. You got the Creighton Family, which is awesome. Rollins Tribute Band, and then you got Danger Code. Three cool bands. Going to kick some ass.
It's going to be a great night.
Yeah, so get down there, check them out, and go to the rest of the shows throughout Michigan they're doing. Guys, thank you so much for coming back in the house at the table. I appreciate this from the bottom of my heart, guys. It means a lot to me, man. This is awesome. You guys rock.
Oh, thank you.
Kick some ass, man. Have a good deal. All right, on that note, we're out here. I can't wait to do the next show, and I'm not even going to tell you who it is. Just check it out. It's going to be great. So we're out here, guys. Say we're out of here.
Bye. Signing out.
Peace.